students, let us continue the CET questions on thermodynamics. Now we are in question number 24. If the amount of heat given to a system is 35 joule and the amount of work done on the system is 15 joule, then the change in internal energy of the system is. Students, here delta Q is given as 35 joule and the work done is also given as 15 joule. Then according to the first law of thermodynamics, we have delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. Then delta U is equal to delta Q minus delta W, which is 35 minus 15, so that the change in internal energy is 20 joule. That's option B. Next, 25. If a quantity of heat 1163.4 joule is supplied to 1 mole of nitrogen gas at room temperature at constant pressure, then the rise in temperature is. Students, here the quantity of heat supplied is 1163.4. Okay, this is the heat supplied and it is supplied at constant pressure. That is very important. And the number of moles is 1. It's a nitrogen gas. Students, remember nitrogen is a diatomic gas, and for a diatomic gas, gamma value is 7/5. That is very important. And we have to find out the change in temperature, that is delta T. Students, we have an equation for heat at constant pressure as Q is equal to N into Cp delta T. This is the formula for the heat supplied at constant pressure. But Cp can be equal to, it is equivalent to gamma into R divided by gamma minus 1. I'll tell you how this expression is obtained later. Now Cp is gamma R by gamma minus 1. Let me substitute Cp gamma value as 7/5 R divided by 7/5 minus 1. Then if you simplify it, you will get in the numerator 7/5. So 7/5 minus 1 is what? 2/5. So this 5 and 5 get cancelled. So you will get 7/2 R. This is actually the Cp value, students. Cp is 7/2 R. Now, to find out delta T using this heat expression, delta T is equal to Q divided by N into Cp. This is the formula. Now, delta T equals Q is 1163.4. Let me round it off to 1164. I'm rounding it off. N is 1 and Cp value is 7/2 times R, and R is 8.31. Students, if you simplify everything, you will get the change in temperature value as 40 Kelvin. But the problem is you don't have option 40 Kelvin among this. And here, let me just change the fourth option 8 Kelvin as 40 Kelvin and choose this fourth option as a correct answer. So there is a mistake in the typing. So that's why it is 40 Kelvin, which is option 4. Change 8 Kelvin, the option 4 as 40 Kelvin. That's the correct answer. Students, now I will tell you how that Cp value is going to become gamma R by gamma minus 1. I'll explain how this is obtained. We know the Mayer's relation Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Divide the whole equation by Cp on both sides. Let us see what do we get. We will have Cp by Cp minus Cv by Cp is equal to R by Cp. But we all know that Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. Then Cp here get cancelled. Cv by Cp is the reciprocal of gamma is equal to R by Cp. Then you will get gamma minus 1 by gamma is equal to R by Cp. Then Cp is equal to gamma into R by gamma minus 1. This is how you get the value of Cp in terms of gamma value. Now the same Mayer's equation, students, if you divide it by Cv on both sides, if you divide the whole equation by Cv on both sides, let us see what do we get. Cp by Cv, Cv by Cv equals R divided by Cv. Cp by Cv is gamma minus Cv by Cv is 1 is equal to R by Cv. Then we need Cv here. Cv is equal to R divided by gamma minus 1. So you need to remember these two expressions for the future references, students. The expression for Cp and the expression for Cv. That is value of the specific heat capacity at constant pressure in terms of gamma and R, and also for Cv. Next, 26. In an isothermal reversible expansion, if the volume of 96 gram of oxygen at 26.7 degree is increased from 70 liter to 140 liter, what is the work done by the gas? Here mass of the gas is 96 gram. Okay, the temperature is 27 degree. In Kelvin, it is going to be 300 Kelvin. The initial volume is 70 liter. The final volume is 140 liter. We have to find out the work done. It's an isothermal process. That's why the expression for isothermal process work done is W equals 2.303, okay, into nRT log V2 divided by V1 to the base 10. But students, number of moles we don't know. There is a formula for number of moles, that is dividing the mass of the gas by its molecular weight. What is mass here? 96. What is the molecular weight of oxygen? 32. So number of moles is 3. Now let me substitute it. Instead of 2.303, I will write it 2.3. Into N is 3. Let R be as it is. Into temperature is 300 Kelvin. Into log V2 by V1, where V2 is 140 divided by V1 is 70 to the base 10. Then work done is equal to 2.3. Now 300 into 3R, it is going to become 900R. Now log 140 by 70 is log 2 base 10. This is going to be the expression for work done in the case of isothermal process, which is option D. An ideal gas undergoes a reversible isothermal expansion from a state I to F. I is initial, F is final. The change in entropy is, it will be definitely greater than 0. Next, 28. 1 mole of oxygen gas having a volume equal to 22.4 liter, that is V1 is 22.4 liter, and at 1 atmospheric pressure is compressed isothermally so that the volume becomes 11.2. So it is 11.2 liter. What is the work done in this process? Okay, the same formula for the work done I'll be using here. It is 2.303 into nRT log V2 divided by V1 to the base 10. It is 2.3. Number of moles is 1. R value is 8.3. Temperature is 0 degree. 0 degree means it has to be 273 into. Then on simplifying this, the final answer is going to be minus 1728 joule. Minus 1728 joule. You know, students, why we get negative sign? Because here the volume is decreased. It was 22.4 liter reduced to 11.2. If the volume is decreased, we say there is a compression, and in compression the work done is always negative. You have to simplify this. The simplification answer will be giving minus 1728 joule. Next, work done per mole in an isothermal change. Let me write the expression for work done first. It is nRT log V2 divided by V1 to the base E. Take number of moles to the left hand side. It is going to become RT log V2 divided by V1 to the base E. So work done per mole is W by N. So that is equal to RT log V2 by V1 to the base E, which is option C. During an isothermal expansion of an ideal gas, its internal energy increases. No. Its internal energy does not change. Correct. The work done by the gas is equal to the quantity of heat absorbed by it. Yes, this is also correct, because you know, according to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. And at isothermal process, delta U is 0. That means delta Q will be equal to delta W. This is what the second statement says. That means the third statement says. So option B is correct. Its internal energy will not change. The change in internal energy is 0. The work done by the gas is equal to quantity of heat absorbed. This is also correct. That means it is option B and option C both are correct. So the final answer is going to be option D, because option D is saying that both B and C are correct. So B is also correct, C is also correct. It has been indicated by option D. Next, in an isothermal change, an ideal gas obeys. See, isothermal change means temperature is constant. If temperature is constant, we write pressure is inversely proportional to volume. That means PV is equal to a constant. So that means it obeys Boyle's law. 32. An ideal gas A and a real gas B have their volumes increased from V to 2V under isothermal conditions. The increase in internal energy. Students, first you must know what is ideal gas and what is a real gas. Ideal gas means a gas which obeys both Boyle's law and Charles' law at all temperatures and pressures. But a real gas will not obey Boyle's law and Charles' law at all temperatures. It will obey the gas laws at low pressure and high temperature. And one more point to be remembered is, in ideal gas, there is no intermolecular force of attraction. But in a real gas, there is an intermolecular force of attraction that we must know. And when you increase the volume of the ideal gas as well as the real gas from V to 2V, in ideal gas, under isothermal conditions, there is no change in temperature. That's why delta U is equal to 0, which means U is constant for the gas A, which is ideal. But for a real gas, it is not like that, because in a real gas, there is intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules. Due to the intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules, there will be work done. And that work done will increase the internal energy of the real gas. That shows for B, the internal energy will be more compared to A. Because for internal energy of a real gas, there is no change, it remains constant. But internal energy of B will definitely increase even at isothermal conditions, because there is an intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules which will increase the work done. It is going to be option C. 33. A thermally insulated container is divided into two parts by a screen. Let me take a container, students. There is a container and I am dividing the container by using a screen. One part, this is part 1, this is part 2. One part, the pressure and temperature are P and T, that is totally filled by ideal gas at a certain temperature. But the other part is vacuum. Suppose if you make a small hole in the screen, what happens? The ideal gas starts entering to the other part, which is there is a vacuum, and as a result the entire ideal gas is going to spread over. The entire ideal gas is going to spread over in a large container, and as a result, so the whole gas is going to spread in a container. Now the point is, what happens to the temperature of the gas if you create a small hole? There is a free expansion, students. Once a small hole is made in the screen, the ideal gas will spread in the entire container because of the free expansion. And whenever there is a free expansion, we must know that there is no work done. No work done and no amount of heat also. As a result, the change in internal energy is 0. U is going to be a constant. That shows temperature is going to be a constant. It remains same. 34. In an isothermal process, the volume of an ideal gas is halved. One can say that. See, isothermal process means, remember, there is no change in temperature. There is no change in internal energy. There is only work done. And volume of the gas is halved means there will be a work done, but it is a negative. You know why work done is negative? Volume is halved. Halved means volume decreases. Volume decreases means there is a compression. Compression means always negative work done. So option C is the correct answer. Work done by the gas is negative, because during the compression, V2 will be less than V1. As a result, V2 minus V1, which is equal to delta V, that becomes negative, and work done is equal to P delta V. When delta V becomes negative, work done is also going to be negative, which is option C. Next, 35. If an ideal gas is compressed isothermally, then isothermally means once again there is no change in internal energy. That we must know. If it is compressed isothermally, no work is done against gas, heat is released by the gas, internal energy of the gas will increase. No, this is not possible. Pressure does not change. No, this is not possible. No work is done by gas against gas. This is not possible, because whenever you compress gas or whenever you expand gas, there is a work done. So option A cannot be correct. C, internal energy of the gas will increase. It cannot be correct. Pressure does not change. It cannot be correct. So heat is released by the gas. It has to be correct. You know why? When the gas expands isothermally, it absorbs heat. But when gas compress Isothermally, it releases heat. It releases heat means heat will be given out from the system. But if the gas undergoes isothermal expansion, heat will be given to the system. And if it undergoes compression, heat will be given out of the system. That means option B. 36. When an ideal gas in a cylinder was compressed isothermally by a piston, the work done is found to be 1.5 into 10 power 4 joule during this process. So isothermally means one thing is final, delta U is 0. As a result, if I write delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W, that shows delta Q will be exactly equal to delta W. And what is delta W given in this? Delta W is given as 1.5 into 10 power 4 joule. But remember students, it is compressed. Compressed means the heat is actually released. Previous question itself I said heat is released. Heat will be going out of the gas. That is very important. It has to be option A and option D, because in both option A and D, heat will be flowing out from the gas. But A and D options, if you look at them, they are in calories. But I have answer of delta Q in joule. I have to convert it. Then only I can able to find out option A is correct or option D is correct. We must know that 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule. Then 1 joule is equal to 1 by 4.2 calorie. Okay, you want to convert the heat from joule to calorie, then 1.5 into 10 power 4 joule will be divided by 4.2. This is going to become 0.36 into 10 power 4 calorie, or I can write 3.6 into 10 power 3 calorie of heat, which will be option A. So that amount of heat will be flowing out of the gas because it is a compression. If it is an expansion, it would be flowing into the gas. It's a compression. That's why the heat will be flowing out from the gas. That is option number A. When heat is given to a system in an isothermal change, the result will be external work done, maybe. Rise in temperature, no. Increase in internal energy, no. External work done and rise in temperature, no. There is only external work done. There is no question of change in temperature, change in internal energy. It is only option A, because in isothermal process delta U is 0. 38. The latent heat of vaporization of water is 2240 joule per gram. That means the amount of heat for 1 gram is 2240 joule for 1 gram. The work done in the process of expansion of 1 gram is, that is W, is going to be 168 joule. This is for 1 gram again. Then the increase in internal energy is delta U here. Then we have a first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. Then delta U is equal to delta Q minus delta W. Now what is delta Q? 2240 minus 168. So if you simplify, you will get 2072 joule. This is the change in internal energy. So if you look among the options, there is no such option having 2072. There is a small correction in the option C. It is 1072 given. Actually, it is 2072. Correct the option C to 2072 and mark C option as the answer. So change in internal energy is 2072 joule. 1 mole of an ideal gas expands at a constant temperature of 300 Kelvin from initial volume 10 to a final volume 20. What is the work done in expanding the gas? It's again a direct question, students. Work done expression is 2.3 into nRT into log V2 divided by V1 to the base 10. Now it is 2.3, number of mole is 1, R is 8.3, temperature is 300 and log V2 is 20, V1 is 10. Now if you simplify it, 2.3 into 8.3 into 300 is 2490 into log 20 by 10 is log 2 to the base 10. Next work done, 2.3 into 2490, log 2 base 10 is 0.3010. If you simplify this, you will get the answer as 1728 joule. You have to simplify it. Okay, please do approximation method. Never use any calculator to get the answer. You will be getting almost 1728 joule as the answer, which is option B. The volume of a gas, ideal gas, is 1 liter and its pressure is equal to 72 centimeter of mercury. That is V1 is equal to 1 liter. 1 liter means 1000 centimeter cube and its pressure is 72 centimeter of mercury column. The volume of a gas is made 900 centimeter cube. It was 1 liter, that is 1000 centimeter cube. It's made 900 centimeter cube. By compressing it isothermally, we have to find out the stress of the gas. Students, remember, stress is nothing but the change in pressure, and change in pressure is P2 minus P1, which is delta P. But to find out delta P, first I should find out P2. And it's an isothermal process, so that's why I can use a formula PV equals a constant, which means it is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Then P2 is equal to P1 V1 divided by V2. And P1 is 72, V1 is 1000 divided by V2 is 900. These two zeros get cancelled. Okay, now 9 ones are 9 eights are. So 8 into 10 is 80 centimeter of mercury. Now I want to find out the stress, and stress is equal to the change in pressure, which is nothing but P2 minus P1, and P2 is 80 whereas P1 is 72, which is 8 centimeter of mercury column. This is the stress, which is option A.